Hello, this is Joe Pryor, the virtual real estate team in Oklahoma City. And hey, the Feds did it again today. They raised another 25 basis points. That's, I believe, about 11 raises in about a year. I tell you what, it's just kind of crazy, isn't it? It just keeps on going. Now, the good news is that the Fed has said that, the federal government said that they've gotten inflation down from about 9% down to about 3%, with 2% being their target. And a lot of people were hoping that the Fed would say, oh, let's pause right now. But good news, bad news at the same time. The economy is pretty flowing at this point. It's doing pretty well. Job creation is still there. Unemployment is still down. Things are still flowing. And so because of that particular reason, the Fed wants to be extremely cautious because they've been behind the curve in the past. Now, what the hope is at this point is this can be the last increase of the year. Now, while I'm doing this, Jerome Powell is speaking. I don't know what he's saying at this point about the possibility of another raise before the end of the year, but my suggestion would be is that if, at 3%, if we say next month it's 2.75, we're on the right track. And, what we're hoping for, of course, what everybody's hoping for is what's called a soft landing. Now that is the word recession, kind of made nice. Now we've seen some deep recessions. We've seen some awful ones. We've seen the dot-com bust. COVID certainly was that case. The 2008 meltdown in the mortgage industry and the housing industry. These were really very serious ones. But on the other hand, recessions are a necessary thing because things just can't keep going up all the time. There has to be course corrections. Always what happens in a recession is the people that probably shouldn't be in business are not going to be in business at that point. And the people that should be in business are going to be just fine. Now, in my industry, we're awash with realtors. I mean, we've got, I think, almost 1.5 million realtors. A recession would probably do a little bit of culling of the herd in that particular respect, and a lot of us think that's not necessarily a bad thing. But what it's going to mean to you at this point is you're going to be paying more for everything if you get a loan. Now, understand that if inflation is 9%, that's worse. Mainly because if you have $100 and it's sitting in a bank account, you just lost 9% of your money because you're paying 9% more for anything. So you're being able to buy less with that same amount of money. And we're still at a rate that's not at that 9%. Now, what we're hoping is that these rates are going to stabilize at this point. But what it's going to mean in real estate at this point, and it's already been dialed in the last couple of days, they're ahead of the curve and making a little bit of an incremental change of 1/8 of a point, is that we're going to have a very difficult time making positive cash flow. And what I want you to know is, I'd rather have positive cash flow. I'd rather be able to say you can get a 5% mortgage loan for an investment property. That is not the case right now. We're in the 6s and 7s at this point. But we still have some properties that are neutral, maybe just a hair bit negative. And what I'm about to do is another video where I'm going to explain to you in a different way why a little bit of negative cash flow combined with good appreciation can really make you wealthy in the next 7 years. It is not necessarily a bad thing. I'd rather have positive cash flow, but let us show you in the next video how you can make money still.